Hello, Resonators. Today, I'm going to be talking about the new Nightmare Echoes and how strong they are. You'll likely end up replacing all your current boss echoes with their Nightmare counterpart. Before I teach you how they are unlocked, let's have a look at Nightmare Crownless. To be clear, you can still use your old set, you just need to replace your main 4-slot cost one with the new version. As flashy as the normal Crownless looks, it was a bit troublesome using it during combat. The new Nightmare version works extremely well, especially for endgame content such as Hologram 6. As you can see, the new Nightmare version has 3 charges to it. The Nightmare Crownless is extremely good for quick parrying or countering, as you can see in this boss fight exhibition. It's starting to look relatively easy, with Crownless being able to parry twice at the beginning of the combat. Now we'll take a look at the passive of both normal Crownless and Nightmare Crownless. As you can see on the screen, it mentions that upon equipping the Nightmare Crownless, the Resonator will receive 12% Havoc and 12% basic damage bonus. That's already insane compared to the original version where you have to activate the Crownless Echo to receive the 12% bonuses. And even though it's slightly different, you still have to activate it, and it only lasts for 15 seconds. I know you guys are thinking, but wait, can we stack a 4-4-1-1 for double buff? Well, probably not, because it clearly states that the Nightmare Echoes has to be in the main slot for the passive to be activated. What if you had God Rolls on your previous 4 costs? Well, that's not a problem, because I highly would suggest that you lock that piece and save it for the future. Mainly because there are certain characters that can still benefit from using a 4-4-1-1 set, and to make it even more cooler, you can actually use both Nightmare Crownless and normal Crownless as the same on your set, because they both count as different echoes. So technically, you just need to farm a second piece and you should be done with your 4-4-1-1-1 set. Pretty cool, right? How do we unlock the new Nightmare Echoes? After arriving in Renacida and doing a bit of the main story, it will ask you to venture out of town. From there, if you press your map button, click on the compass on the top left, and then click on the pointy left and right arrow, you can see all the new areas in Renacida. There should be a specific Nightmare boss per region with prerequisites to unlock. For example, let's go to Thessaleo Falls and select the question mark lock, and it will say Complete Dream Patrol Part 1. This means you have to do all 4 Dream Patrol challenges in this area to unlock the specific Nightmare boss tied to this region. Now let's go back to Whisperwind Haven. You can see that I completed the 5 Dream Patrol required to unlock the Nightmare boss in this region, and it looks like it has unlocked Thundering Mephis for us. The respawn and farming works the same way as the previous one back in Huanglong, so get farming! While we're here, let me show you guys a quick gameplay of this boss fight along with our Crownless, Nightmare Crownless version. Look at all the parries go, pretty cool, right? Stun lock, boom, easy. In certain areas, the Dream Patrol quests might not be unlocked yet, like Impermanence End. So you will have to do a region quest such as Ruins where the Shadow roams first, and then the Dream Patrol, and then finally it will unlock the Nightmare boss in that region. If you're still having trouble unlocking or figuring out where or how to get some of the quests or quest list, you can talk to this cat MC in the main city found in this exact location. Now let's say you don't want to go through all the lengthy Dream Patrols just yet and want to target a specific Nightmare boss. Go to your main menu, and then Databank, and then the Sonata Gallery. From here, it should show you a question mark on what you're missing, so click on it and then press Detect. It will then show you guys the location of which Nightmare Echoes you are missing. And then here on the screen, I will share you my journal so you can see which Nightmare Echoes corresponds to that question mark in your journal. It should be the ones that is shiny in my journal, and you could compare it to your journal, and then from there you can just click on your journal and see where to detect it from. Now let's have a quick look at what each and every one of the new Nightmare Echoes does. Starting with Inferno Rider, the Nightmare Inferno Rider, you perform a jump attack on enemies in front, dealing 405 fusion damage. The Resonator with this Echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% fusion damage and 12% resonance skill damage. Hold the Echo skill to transform Nightmare Inferno Rider and enter riding mode. When exiting the riding mode, deal 283% fusion damage to the enemies in front of you. Moving on to the second one, we have Nightmare Tempest Mephis. Transform into Nightmare Tempest Mephis and attack surrounding enemies, dealing 405 electro damage. The Resonator with this Echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% electro damage and 12% resonance skill damage. There is a Weapon Sonata bonus for either the Void Thunder or the Empyrean Anthem set for our newest Nightmare version of Tempest Mephis. Next up, we have the Nightmare version of Thundering Mephis. Transform into Nightmare Thundering Mephis and attack enemies in front, dealing 405 electro damage. The Resonator with this Echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% electro damage and 12% resonance liberation damage bonus. Next up, we have the Nightmare Impermanence Heron, which is exclusive to the Midnight Veil set only. You transform into Nightmare Impermanence Heron and deliver up to 10 consecutive strikes to surrounding enemies, each dealing 40.50% Havoc damage. The Resonator with this Echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% Havoc damage bonus and 12% heavy attack damage bonus. Next up, we have Nightmare Feilian Beringal. Summon a Nightmare Feilian Beringal to attack enemies, dealing 164.16 arrow damage. The remaining Whirlwind Beam will continuously attack surrounding enemies up to 5 times, each dealing 21.89% arrow damage. The Resonator with this Echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% arrow damage bonus and 12% heavy attack damage bonus. Next up, we have Nightmare Mourning Aix. Summon Nightmare Mourning Aix and attack surrounding enemies, dealing 273.60% spectral damage. Damage dealt to enemies inflicted by Spectral Frazzle is increased by 100%. The Resonator with this equipped in their main slot gains 12% spectral damage bonus. This is actually a really good set for Spectral Rover with all the buffs Spectral Rover is getting. I am planning to farm this set for them. Lastly, we have the Nightmare Crownless. Transform into Nightmare Crownless and attack enemies in front, dealing 264.60 Havoc damage. The Resonator with this Echo equipped in their main slot gains 12% Havoc damage and 12% basic attack damage bonus. This skill has 3 initial charges, replenishes once every 12 seconds, maximum of 3 charges. When Nightmare Crownless hits a target, damage dealt by this skill is increased by 20%. This effect lasts for 2 seconds and does not stack. And that should be it for today's guide and preview. If you found this video very helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you on the next one. This is your brother, Steparu, out.
Hopefully this helps.
Ready for battle. Finale.
Swift and resolute. The hour is upon us.
Smell of all my prey.
Complete overhaul. Complete overhaul.
Let's have fun. Vitality sour. Let's have fun.
You're wide open. Lend me your power. Complete overhaul.
And twine. Don't run. Keep the dance going. Let's have fun. Chaos.
Ready for battle. Lend me your power.